Chabelita is a playful child. She can't remember how old she was when she saw her father kill her mother in a remote indigenous town in Guatemala. That was only the beginning of her tragic ordeal.
Me secuestraron.
My uncle kidnapped me when I was 6 and took me to Cancun. Some men would call him up. They paid him to harm me. I tried to escape, so they locked me up in my uncle's room. And in there, they harmed me too. There was a lot of men.
De Cancún.
Mexican authorities believe Chabelita was sexually abused for a period of 2 years before she managed to escape.
Me llevaron a un lugar que está lleno de piedras.
They took me to a place where there were a lot of stones. I took one and hit the man that was touching me. I kicked him and ran. I walked for many days without eating.
Only then police rescued her and brought her to this safe house last December, where she joined other victims, most of them children. Chabelita's case is just one of nearly 20,000 children and women who are victims of human trafficking every year in Mexico. Many end up here in the red light districts of the capital, Mexico City, in popular tourist destinations like Cancun or Acapulco, or confined to brothels in border towns like Tijuana or Ciudad Juárez before some are smuggled across the border. The U.S. State Department says Mexico is the origin, the transit country and final destination of most trafficking victims. 70% of them are women. Nearly half are children, seen as highly valued commodities for traffickers who force them to service between 10 and 40 clients each day. According to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, Mexico has become the #1 provider of sexual slaves in Latin America.
In Mexico, impunity is rampant. Organized groups and opportunists lie to their victims, telling them they'll live a life of riches and then exploit them, making roughly between $150 to $250 every day. They exploit human beings to obtain economic benefits, turning human beings into slaves.
But it's not only women and children who are victims. Young men, especially migrants from Central America trying to reach the United States, fall prey to the traffickers. Last December, police rescued 103 men who'd been kidnapped and then forced to work without pay, some with evident signs of torture. Mexico has a long way to go. Only last year, legislators enacted the country's first federal law punishing offenders to up to 12 years in prison. But so far, authorities say only one man has been convicted in the whole country. These girls who were once used as sex slaves are on the front line of the fight against human trafficking. While they are hiding in the safe house under federal protection, most have cases pending against their attackers. But for these victims of what authorities call modern-day slavery, the worst fear for now is to come to terms with the sexual abuse they suffered. Mariana Sanchez, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.